Katherine was sitting in the hospital waiting room when Lucius walked in. Katherine was busy with her phone while trying to send a text to her best friend, Lucia, to meet her up at the hospital. So she did not take notice of the person that was standing just a little distance away from her and was keenly watching her. She had spent the night at the hospital and so was looking very tired. It was a troubling night for her, as she had been praying almost all through the night that nothing should happen to her only sister, Merritt. She was on her way home from work the previous evening when she got a call from an unknown number that she should rush down to Nestle Hospital and that her only sister was found lying almost lifeless on the roadside, having been hit by a hit-and-run driver. She had rushed down immediately and was made to sign some necessary papers, while her sister was in the emergency unit being attended to. Series of operations was being carried out on her sister, and up till that time of the morning, the doctor in charge was yet to come out to intimate her about her sister's situation report. She was done sending the text to her friend, and because she was overwhelmed with grief, she unconsciously started sobbing quietly without still looking up. She was still sobbing and sniffling when a man sat down beside her and reached out to hold her in a friendly manner. Katherine was startled and immediately looked up, only to behold a face that she never thought that she would ever see again in her lifetime. She was shocked to her bones and made to get up, but Lucius only held her more tightly. She kept looking at him and then increased her crying. When she had cried for some time, she was able to ask Lucius some questions like, "Lucius? Are you still alive? Or you are a ghost? What are you doing here? How did you find me?" Lucius only smiled at her and just kept on rubbing her back to calm her down. She was in disbelief as she kept on staring at Lucius and sobbing. Lucius was the last person she had expected to see today. He had disappeared from her life 2 years ago, and all her effort to find him had been met with a dead end as his number couldn't go through. And his mother and only sister couldn't reach him either. Katherine was heartbroken for more than a year before she was able to put herself together and moved on. But now the same Lucius is here with her and holding her like nothing happened? Could she be dreaming? It was at this point that the doctor came out of the emergency room to beckon on Katherine to go with him to his office. Katherine got up immediately and Lucius also got up to go with Katherine. When they got to the doctor's office, he told them that Katherine's sister, Merritt, was out of danger and she only needed to be monitored until she wakes up. Katherine was relieved and thanked the doctor. They came out of the doctor's office and Lucius offered to take her to the hospital cafeteria for them to eat breakfast. On their way out to the cafeteria they met Lucia, Katherine's friend, whom she texted to come see her at the hospital. Lucia, on sighting Katherine and Lucius coming out from the hospital, she was so shocked and would have ran away if the couple had not seen her on time. Lucia slowly walked up to Katherine and Lucius and was visibly shaken. She greeted Lucius fearfully while stretching out her hand to hold him. She tearfully asked Lucius how it was possible that he's still alive and was standing there in flesh and blood. Lucius smiled and said to her, "Hello sister, I'm alive and well, and I know that you are surprised to see me." Lucius is Lucia's brother, the only sibling that she has. In fact, they are twin siblings and had grown up in the same house until 2 years ago when Lucius suddenly disappeared without a trace. Their mother gave birth to them at the age of 47 years. She had married their father at age 23, but could only get pregnant after 24 years in the marriage. Their father died when they were 12 years old. When Lucius disappeared, their mother was so heartbroken. And after all efforts failed for her to know her son's whereabouts, she decided to go live in old people's home. She said that her son's memory was too much in the house she lived with them. So Lucius was secretly sending money through anonymous sources to take care of his mother's well-being. Lucia couldn't really talk much with her brother. She turned to Katherine and asked her how Merritt was faring and also expressed her shock that Merritt was involved in a car accident. Katherine thanked her for coming to see her but was surprised about the way the two siblings were relating. After having not seen each other for 2 whole years, Katherine told Lucia that she should go with them to the cafeteria to eat, but she declined, and instead said that she has some urgent work she needed to deliver at her office and promised to call her later in the day. She walked away so briskly that Katherine was sure that something was chasing her friend away. Katherine then turned to Lucius to express her disappointment. She said she didn't expect that kind of cold reunion between him and his sister Lucia, after having not seen each other for 2 whole years. Lucius held her hand and led her to the cafeteria, while telling her to let things be the way it is for now. Lucia, Lucius and Katherine has been friends since childhood. They lived and grew up in the same street, and naturally attended the same kindergarten and high school. Lucia was always so full of mischief, and was always fighting anyone that comes close to her brother. She always tells people that her brother was her husband, and she will marry him. She tries to hug him inappropriately most times, and Lucius will always push her away. He found her attitude to be disgusting and forbidden. Because of this, Lucia started to be very hostile towards Katherine, seeing that her brother treated Katherine more like a sister. And much more because Katherine was 2 years younger than them. On a certain day, she had put a life scorpion inside Katherine's school bag, which stung Katherine while at school. Lucius knew that Lucia did it. He had reported her to their parents, who scolded her, but Lucia did not change. When Lucia and Lucius turned 20 years old, and Katherine was 18 years, Lucius opened up and professed his love to Katherine, telling her that he had fallen in love with her for a very long time, and he needed her to be his girlfriend. Katherine was happy and accepted to be in a relationship with Lucius. But Katherine did not know that she was digging her own grave by that decision. Now presently, while Katherine and Lucius were at the cafeteria eating, Lucius asked Katherine to brief him about everything that has happened in her life since he left. Katherine was so emotional as she narrated how heartbroken she was when he went away without any warning, or leaving any trace for her to know that he was doing fine somewhere else. She expressed how disappointed she was at the way he treated her after professing his love for her, by abandoning her without any provocation. Lucius did his best to apologize to Katherine, and promised her that he will explain everything to her and why he went away like that. He was sorry for the emotional trauma he caused her and even his mom, but promised to make it up to them if they forgave him. They were still discussing when Lucius' phone rang. After talking to the person on phone, he told Katherine to hurry up and finish her food because he needed her to escort him to the police station. Katherine asked him what was going on, but he said that she will see it for herself. Katherine then told him that she can't leave the hospital until her sister wakes up. Lucius told her not to worry, that he will send someone to come and help watch over her sister until they both return from the police station. They both went into her sister's hospital ward and discussed with the nurse on duty. They introduced the person that will stay by her sister and watch her to the nurse before they both left to the police station. On getting to the station, Katherine was the first to scream in shock when she saw her best friend, Lucia, in handcuffs and was brutally battered. She rushed to get to her, but Lucia turned to kick her away while warning her to stay away from her. "I hate you, Katherine, I hate you," Lucia screamed. "You ruined my life and I just want to kill you. I want to kill you and your sister. I don't know why she refused to die after I ran her over with my vehicle yesterday. I don't know why two of you has been avoiding my trap to kill you. All my efforts is always aborted. Who is helping you to escape all the times I have planned to poison you? All the times I tried to lure you out so I can kill you? You think you can have my brother and be happy? I can't let him be with anyone except me. I don't care if he's my brother, but he should marry me. And not anyone else. Yes, he should be mine and mine alone." Katherine was too shocked to say the least. She could not believe what she was hearing. How is it possible that someone she has called her friend for many years was the one that ran over her sister in a bid to kill her sister? And has even been planning to kill her too. What did she do to her? Lucius was just staring daggers at Lucia, but he was not in any way surprised about her outburst. He was waiting for a day like this, when he will be able to make her sister pay for every evil she had planned. but could not succeed in carrying out. When Lucia noticed the way Lucius was staring at her, she turned to him and told him to get lost. "Don't think that you have succeeded, okay?" she told him. "I will deal with you when I leave here. That idiot I paid to kill you deceived me that you were deaf. If I can't have you, no one will. I promise you that," Lucia said. Katherine was so perplexed that words failed her. She could only look at Lucius and asked him, "Is that why you left? Did you know that she was planning to kill you and you left? Please tell me that everything your sister just said is a lie." Lucius held her hand and told her that unfortunately, everything she confessed are nothing but the truth. He told her how he discovered the kind of dubious and wicked person that his sister was, and how he planted some rough guys around her to be her secret friends so that if she's planning any evil she will easily hire those guys. And as predicted, she hired one of those guys to kill him. And the guy informed him and he ran away. He also made sure that someone monitors all her plans on Katherine and they always find ways to avert those plans. On the night she ran Merritt over, they did not know that she was going to do that. So the guy that was following her immediately rushed Merritt to the hospital. When Lucia got to the hospital that morning and met Lucius, she had hurried away to go and arrange with some assassins to wait somewhere and finish Lucius off. But she also arranged to make it look like Katherine was the one that hired the assassins. She did not know that the person that ran into her when she was leaving the hospital, and had intentionally spilled some juice on her dress, was using that to plant a recording and monitoring device on her. After she made her transactions, and advised those guys on where to position themselves for the attack, some policemen went to the hideout and arrested the guys. The policemen told the assassins that Lucia tipped them to come arrest them. That was how those assassins got infuriated and swore to kill her for hiring them for a job and also sending policemen to arrest them. Lucius explained everything to Katherine and Katherine was dumbfounded. She started to cry and was asking Lucia why she decided to be so wicked. All the while Lucia kept cursing. She was very bitter and angered that she did not succeed with her plans, and will probably spend the rest of her life in prison. Lucius took Katherine away and promised her that Lucia will not have the chance to hurt them again, as he will make sure that she rots in jail. Please be careful about the people you call your friends. Please kindly like this video, comment and subscribe to get more stories like this. Thank you.